Happy Monday. We're coming in hot on an 11-1 run. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and welcome back to another week of Talking the Association. That's right, as you just heard, 11-1 run. It was an awesome Friday. We didn't have time for bets on the weekend, but we have won now 10 of the last 12 days, and I want more. Let's keep grinding and have another great week. But before we start anything, just want to give you a heads up. The Monday Night Football video is out now. We preview the game between the Texans and the Cowboys and give our best bets. So go check that out. But we have to announce a new Jabo MVP. So let's pull it up. And there it is. Thank you to @Rensu Halasco 821. Sorry if I butchered the name, but we appreciate you becoming a Jabo MVP. If you guys want to join, you hit the join button below the video. It's never required, just always appreciated. You get some perks with badges, emojis, things like that, but just one way to give back. Everything we do here is free on YouTube, on Discord, everything. So we appreciate the support from anybody. So anyways, before we also start, of course, Outlier. Any graphics you see in this video will be from an app called Outlier, the best player prop research tool on the market today. All you got to do is click the link below. You get 7 days free. You can try it out. So I'm ready. I'm ready to talk some basketball, but we know we're going to laugh first. So here we go. It's dad joke time. I'm done being a people pleaser, if everyone's okay with that. It's not bad. In this video, we're going to recap the weekend. And when I say weekend, I mean just Friday, because we did not give any bets out Saturday or Sunday, like I mentioned. And then we got some research help. We got a new one today again. We're going to talk defenses versus the point guard position, the good matchups and the bad matchups. And then we're going to take a peek inside the lines. That's right. We're going to give you the best and worst against the spread teams, home and away. And then we're going to give you the best over and under teams so far this season to help you out. And of course, we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. We appreciate the support day in and day out from all of you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, as we are now on our way to 33,000 subscribers. It's just absolutely insane. So let's get it started. And that means it's recap time. There it is. Can we just sit back and enjoy this for a second? Because betting is freaking tough sometimes. And when you have days like this, you got to enjoy it. This was a beautiful 7-0 day. Thunder minus 7.5, never a doubt. Just crushed him. Jordan Poole over 21.5 points. He got it early, but then he didn't play at the end because there's a blowout. So he ended on 22. We got a little lucky there, although he did dominate in the first half. So Alprince Şengün over 13.5 RAs. It took him a little bit into the fourth quarter, and then he got the job done, and then he decided to just go get a triple-double. So Christian Braun over 14.5 PAs. Got that done in the fourth quarter as well. No Jokic playing in that one. That was a nice winner. And then Joel Embiid under 12.5. He had a little spurt there where we got some rebounds. But other than that, I think he ended with 9 or 10. Pretty easy winner there. Benedict Mathurin, never a doubt. Just absolutely beautiful. He had a terrible game, under 28.5 PRs. And then Austin Reeves over 2.5 threes. He got that done early as well. The under tracker, that's unders on only player props, as we're betting much more, or a many more of those this year. And we are 19-6 on the unders. And then there's the entire breakdown down below. The overall record, just like that, after a good week, is 53-39. We are now up 11.61 units, and I want more. So that's the recap from the weekend. Let's keep it rolling. But before we get to those best bets, let's talk the point guard position. All right, we start out with the points and the defenses giving up the most points to the point guard position. If you're new to the channel, we do this every day. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and centers every day of the week with some other research help mixed in as well. But here we go. Most points. Raptors have given up the most points to point guards, 26.6. You'll see later kind of the correlation with the Raptors defense. But Wizards are the only matchup today. They have given up 26 points per game, facing Jalen Brunson of the Knicks, averaging 25.3. And then you got Jazz, T-Wolves, Nets, and so on and so on. So far, right now, we're still doing 2024 season. Soon we'll do last 2 weeks, last 15 days, something like that. But LaMelo Ball leading all point guards with 29.6 points per game. De'Aaron Fox, Luka, SGA, a lot of the normal guys up there as well. So that's the points. Take a screenshot. Let's go check out the rebounds now. We got 3 matchups. Look at those colors. Suns facing Jalen Suggs. Suns, that's a tongue twister. Suns giving up 6.9 rebounds per game to Jalen Suggs, who's averaging 5 rebounds per game. And then the Hawks facing De'Aaron Fox, who's averaging 5, and the Hawks are also giving up 6.9. So pretty much an identical matchup. And then the Bulls down there, 6.5 rebounds given up, facing Cade Cunningham, who's been having an impressive season, 7.1 rebounds per game this season. So, as you can see, the Thunder, Spurs, and Mavericks are giving up the most rebounds to the point guard position. Take a screenshot. Let's check out the assists now, and we got three of them. We got the Bulls facing Cade Cunningham again. The Bulls are giving up the most assists to the point guard position at 10.8. They are an assist machine when you're betting the opponent point guard. Cade Cunningham, 8.6 assists per game. Wizards giving up 9, facing Jalen Brunson yet again, 6.6 assists for Jalen. And then the Magic giving up 8.4 assists, facing Tyus Jones of the Phoenix Suns, averaging 6.6 assists per game. So take a screenshot. Hopefully those all help you with some winners. And now those are all the good matchups. Let's talk the tough matchups now for the point guards. And there it is, points per game. Kings only giving up 18.7. That is pretty impressive. Mavericks, Pistons, Knicks. If you're wondering why some are in green, those are the teams playing today just to kind of help you out. And like I mentioned, the Raptors earlier, if you look at over the fewest assists to the point guards, Raptors are giving up the least. So they allow you to play one-on-one basketball and they allow you to score, but they don't want to leave shooters open and give you easy assists. We've seen defenses play like that. Pacers did that a lot last year. But Raptors, Suns, and Warriors giving up the least amount of assists to point guards. Rebounds doesn't mean as much to me as points and assists probably. But still, Cavaliers, Nuggets, Kings, Celtics, 76ers giving up the fewest rebounds to the point guard position. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you, whether it's overs, unders, whatever it is with point guards, and just kind of keep it throughout the week and kind of help you out with some betting and as a part of your handicap. Not the only reason, obviously, but that's the point guard position. But now let's take a look inside the lines. All right, we start out with the best against the spread teams at home this season. So I know a lot of you like to bet spread, so I just want to make sure I help you guys out with some stats and stuff. Orlando Magic 6-1. But before we get into all this, I do want to say the glossary is to the right because you may not know what ATS plus minus is. Average amount of points the team covers the spread by. So the Orlando Magic, not only are they 6-1 against the spread, they're averaging covering the spread by 9.2 points per game. So it's pretty impressive. Kind of gives you just an overview of, are they barely, are they getting lucky, are they just crushing lines right now, things like that. So hopefully it helps you. But Magic 6-1, Lakers 5-1. Again, this is at home here. Like I mentioned, Lakers are a team you want to tail at home, but not on the road. Magic were extremely good at home last year as well. Cavs, Rockets, Grizzlies, so on and so on. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you with some winners or as a part of your handicap at least. Now let's look at the best against the spread teams on the road. The Golden State Warriors, who I believe were number one, was it last year? I believe it was. Anyways, 6-1 ATS plus 13. They're crushing lines right now when they are on the road. Obviously, books will adjust and things like that, but it's pretty impressive what they're doing. And then we got Brooklyn Nets because they're competing. A lot of people thought they would just be a doormat and just walked all over, but they've been playing well. And then OKC Thunder 4-1, and then all the rest kind of right around the same 5-2, 5-3. So again, that's the ATS plus minus over there on the right. Now, if you see on the bottom, you'll see total plus minus. The average amount of points a game goes over if it's plus. Average amount of points it goes under is negative. Now I say that because we're going to check out the next page now, and here we go. The total plus minus instead. So best over teams on the left, Atlanta Hawks 11-3 to the over. They are over by 5.9 points per game over that total. Golden State Warriors 5.3, the highest over. It's surprising. They play different now, but the Nuggets were like an under king last season, and now they are the fourth best over team, 8-4 plus 7.7, and then Cleveland Cavs 10-5 plus 8.7 points, and then you can see the Suns at 7. Overall, they're actually under by 0.9, so they probably just had a couple, that just went way over. But they're 9-5, all the way down to the Knicks and Wizards down there. So those are the over teams. Now let's check out the under teams. We got the Hornets 4-9. 4-9 means 9-4 to the under, I guess, however you want to look at it. But the right side is the under. And then the minus numbers are how much they go under. So the biggest one there, the Orlando Magic at number 8, 6-8, and they have gone under by an average of 9.1 points per game. It helps speak that Paolo Banchero's been out, and they had some games where they struggled, to say the least, on offense. Down to the OKC Thunder, -7. They are under at 6-7 as well. So hopefully this helps you one way or the other, just to kind of give you an idea what these teams are doing against the spread. Are they performing well against the number at home, away, over, under, all that kind of stuff. But that's all the research help we got for you. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Miami, Florida, where the Heat host the 76ers. We got the Heat -3. Total in this game is a low 213. My best bet is a player prop, and we start with an under. Give me the youngster, Jared McCain, under 7.5 rebounds plus assists at -110 on BetMGM. This line is not out everywhere yet, but a few books that have it at 7.5 right now. We'll see where this line goes. I'm going to play for a half unit, though, and I'll explain why here in just a little bit. But this 20-year-old, that's right, he is young. He has been a walking bucket lately for the 76ers, and what he doesn't do much is rebound or assist. So let's hop into Outlier now and kind of check out some numbers and what he's been doing here. So here's 2024. You can see he's under this in 11 of 12, but I'm going to be honest, that does not tell the story at all. If you scroll down and look at his minutes played, he entered the starting lineup in the last 5. He has played 30 or more minutes. So that's what we're really focused on here, because that the stuff before he barely played. So if we're looking at the last 5, now we can scroll back up and we can click on last 5 as you see there and just kind of analyze these 5 games. So as you can see, he's under and for the last 5. He's averaging only 6 RAs per game in the last 5, and it's kind of skewed by one fluky game, to be honest with you. You see that big red bar right there. He had 12 RAs thanks to 10 assists, and if we scroll down and change it to potential assists, you can see he had it on 12 potential assists. That is insane. That's just not something that people do very often, 10 assists on 12. But in the other 4 games, even just potentials wise, he's only averaging 4.5 potential assists in the other 4 games. It's just not much at all. It was just one of those games where he just had the ball in his hands more, he dished it out more, and people made it on almost every single pass he made for a potential assist. So it happens. And rebounds, I'm not really worried because he hasn't got more than 3 rebounds in a game. And you can click on rebound chances right there too. He's right around 6, 7. You know, he'll get his 2 or 3. If you don't know, he's like a small 6'2" guard. He's not some big lanky guard that grabs rebounds. He doesn't really look to get many rebounds as well. So now if we look at the matchup over there on the right, it's already clicked on versus shooting guards. You can see it's a good matchup. Now, I don't really care about shooting guard rebounds as much, but the assists are something I am looking at, and they allow the 4th fewest assists to the shooting guard position, which you love to see. So if he has one of those outlier games versus, hey, outlier, see what I did there? In where he has 10 assists on 12 potentials, I'll tip my cap. It is what it is, but this is a really tough matchup. And finally, on top of all this, the Heat are one of the slowest paced teams in the NBA, as most of you guys already know. 76ers are right there with them, playing at a slug pace as well. So just less possessions. You see it by the total 213. With the matchup and with everything else, I just don't think the potentials are high enough. I'm going to take a chance now. It's going to be a half unit because, again, we're dealing with a really small sample size here. Like I said, it's a 5-game sample size for a 20-year-old. So I'm going to stick to half unit. Obviously, you guys do what you want to do. Tail, fade, 1 unit, half unit, whatever you like. But that's going to be my first best bet. Give me McCain under 7.5 rebounds plus assists. All right, the second one takes us out to LA, where the Clippers are hosting the Golden State Warriors. Warriors -3.5 total in this game is 224. Now, as you guys know, we record videos the night before. Almost, I think every game has at least one team on a back-to-back. The amount of props that are out the night before are just, it's pretty low. So I just want to let you know, this will be my second and final best bet on the video for now. Again, I will be adding plays in the morning in the pinned comments like I do every single time. It'll be on X and on Discord, which is free. Click the link below. But my second best bet is the Warriors -3.5 at -108 on FanDuel. Another half unit play here, and part of that is because the question mark here is whether Steph Curry is going to play or not. He's questionable with some knee inflammation or bursitis or something. I think he's going to play from what I have read and all that. That's all I know. I'm not in the locker room or anything, but I do think he will play. If he doesn't, I still am fine with the half unit on the Warriors, to be honest with you. 3 games without Curry. They beat the Pelicans by 18, beat the Pelicans by 15, and then went into Houston and won where they had a huge lead. Houston came back, but then Golden State still won in overtime in Houston, which was pretty impressive. Now, let's talk the spot in the schedule because, my goodness, this is a terrible spot for the Clippers. This will be their second night of a back-to-back. But not just that, they're going to be facing the Golden State Warriors, who had just had a couple days off. They haven't even played in a few days. So just a big advantage for the Warriors there. Now let's talk Warriors this season. If you don't know, they play with a very deep rotation, 11, 12 guys. They hit you with a ton of fresh bodies. And like you just saw earlier, they are the best road against the spread team in the entire NBA at 6-1, covering by quite a bit as well, like we mentioned. But the Clippers, 4-0 straight up at home, 4-4 straight up at home, 4-4 against the spread. It has not been like where they're dominating at this new arena or anything like that. Warriors, we know, all around team, 4th best offensive, 4th best defensive rating. Clips, 18th in offensive rating, 8th in defensive rating. Sorry, eighth in offense, 18th in defense, but turnovers are a big part of this. If you've watched the Clippers, they turn the ball over at the second highest rate in the entire NBA, almost 17%. Only the Jazz are worse. That's going to be a tough matchup versus the Warriors because they average the fourth most steals at 9.8. I think we're going to get some easy buckets here. James Harden alone averages almost 5 turnovers per game. Clippers 3-6 straight up versus teams that are better than 500. So when they face good teams, they do struggle a little bit. So yes, you're going to say, well, the Clippers already beat the Warriors. Yes, they did in the third game of the season. But if you don't know already, the Warriors have figured out the rotation, and they are playing much better basketball than they were then. Even since that loss, they're 8-1. I mean, they are playing really good basketball, as you can see by the events numbers, and when you just watch their games with the eye test, they fly around the court. They play really good team basketball, which I love to see. But in this one, it's 3.5 line. Warriors are the better team overall. It does not worry me that it's on the road, especially when it's still in the state of California. And the Golden State Warriors are good on the road. They have a big rest advantage here, as the Clippers will be on the second night of a back-to-back. The Warriors want to get their revenge in this one. Give me the Warriors minus 3.5 as my second and final best bet for the video. Again, we'll be adding more in the morning. So before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is. Jared McCain under 7.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 110 on BetMGM for a half unit. And then the Warriors minus 3.5 at minus 108. That is also a half unit play. Like I mentioned, not a lot of props out the night before. I'll probably have a unit play, maybe a couple of them. But either way, there will be added plays in the morning as more props come out and I get a chance to kind of dive in more. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that like button and go check out our Monday Night Football preview and best bets video. But hope you guys have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.